3 videos where I got harshly criticized. Why? Because I talked about oxy-acids and said how to determine if a zero oxygen acid is monosyndar or triprotic. It's super simple. Let's observe and see what conclusion we can draw. This zero oxygen acid has 4 oxygens. Subtract 1 equals 3, so it's a triprotic acid. Then 3 oxygens minus 1 equals 2, so it's a diprotic acid. 2 oxygens minus 1 equals 0, so it's a monoprotic acid. Some people say you're misleading students. I think in this fast food era, not only do our kids not study seriously, but even those who listen only hear the first sentence. Then they start criticizing. So how should we actually determine the protonation of zero oxygen acids? Let's look at the question. Students, regarding oxy-acids, we discussed some special ones, like oxalic acid, which appears often in exams, and also these other substances. Let me explain to you. In this case, we're especially tested from 1st to 3rd year of high school. They often ask how many protons an acid has, and whether a salt is a normal salt or an acid salt. In 1st year, they give you the information. But you should know, in college entrance exams, they gradually stop giving information, just like with swelling acid. Previously, the college entrance exam provided information about swelling acid. But after 2005, they stopped giving information. There's a saying, once tested, it's assumed known. So we need to understand the exam pattern, then I'll know how to explain it to you. Understand? Here, I want to emphasize these few. This diprotic acid isn't much to discuss. It only has 1 hydrogen here. Monoprotic acid isn't much to discuss either. They all only have 1 hydrogen. It's definitely monoprotic, nothing special to note. And then, inside it's all diprotic acids. This isn't much to discuss either. The ones we commonly encounter are all over the place. The key is these 3. Look, they all have 3 hydrogens, but the number of oxygens is different. How many protons do they have? How do we determine this? Come on, students. Let's focus on these few. Let's look clearly. Our 3 types, zero oxygen acids. I really got criticized badly for posting this video because I taught a special method. Come students, it's very easy to remember because we not only need to understand principles, we need to learn quickly and also need techniques. The first type is phosphoric acid. The second is phosphorus acid with 1 less oxygen. The number of hydrogens is the same. Then 1 less oxygen again. How do we remember their acidity? Kids, super simple oxygen count -1 here. 4 oxygen minus 1 equals tribasic acid. Minus 1 more is dibasic acid. 2 oxygen minus 1 leaves 1 oxygen. That's monobasic acid. For them, using this method is super easy, understand kids? But we still need to understand the principle, right? So how do we understand the principle? You need to know oxygen loves to form 5 bonds, then multiply by 5. We just need to draw structures. Structures show real reactions best, but structures aren't always easy to draw. So for these oxygen-containing acids, I feel these things. You can understand at a glance. No need to memorize, no need to worry about details. But these few are essential to know how to draw structures. Kids, watch carefully. Here put O in the middle. Then, O needs 5 bonds. Then the oxygen needs 2 bonds. Hydrogen connects to oxygen, possibly at one end, right? Here, connect 4 oxygens first. After connecting, you'll notice there are only 4 bonds max. That won't work. So I change 1 to a double bond. With a double bond, we have 5 bonds, right? This oxygen already has 2 bonds. This O already has 5 bonds, so hydrogen can't connect above hydrogen connects to oxygen. So oxygen satisfies 2 bonds. So the O acid structure is like this oxygen acid. The oxygen acid with 3 has several charges. That's polybasic acid. There are 3 charges here, so it's tribasic acid. Understand? Look, 4 minus 1 equals 3. Isn't that easy to remember? After writing it out, I suddenly realized, wow, isn't this easy to remember? It's okay if you can't draw structures. Not every student can draw structures. And during the stress of an exam, I might not draw structures correctly, right? Even if I can draw it, this method is definitely faster. Why not use simpler methods, right? Look at how I got criticized for my videos. These people really don't read the title, don't watch the content. In summary, they start criticizing immediately. I think these people are ridiculous. If I were them, I would think, wow, where did this come from? Can I share these good methods with my students? And many of my methods actually come from listening to other teachers, listening to my mentors, listening to my teachers' lessons. Kids, there are 3 charges here, so it's a ternary acid. And then let's talk about this again. Kids up to this point, look carefully. How does it react with the base? To put it simply with the base, it consumes the hydrogen inside. After consumption, this number changes to sodium. If we consume 1 mole of sodium hydroxide, it becomes NaCH2CO4, right? At this time, you'll find these 2 hydrogens still exist in ionized form. That's ionized. Its hydrogen can release electricity, so it can react with the base. Therefore, they can continue to react with the base. So it's our acid salt. Okay, next I've replaced one with sodium here. This part changes to sodium. There's still an ionized hydrogen. So, it becomes this substance. This hydrogen still exists in ionized form. It can still continue to react with the base. So it's also called acid salt. Understand? Now let's continue, kids. Look carefully. I'll replace all three with sodium. Then it becomes sodium phosphate. At this point, it has no ionized hydrogen, can't continue to react with our base. Therefore, it belongs to our normal salt. So what do we do with this? Kids, let's look carefully. Here is phosphorus. Similarly, first write oxygen around it. 3 oxygens. First, turn it into 2 parts. After splitting, there are 4 parts, right? If changed again, it's 5 parts. Hydrogen can only be placed in one spot. 3 hydrogens won't fit because oxygen already satisfies 2 parts, can't add more hydrogen. What if I put it on top? The phosphorus exceeds 5 parts and breaks. That won't work either. So at this point, I put hydrogen here. Put it up here. After that, see, phosphorus satisfies 4 parts, need 5 parts, add 1 hydrogen. Isn't that 5 parts now? At this point, you'll find 2 ionized hydrogens. So this is our basic acid, this substance. Is it an acid salt or normal salt? Have I replaced this with sodium now? There's still an ionized hydrogen, so it should be an acid salt. Then again, replace all with sodium. Doesn't it become this? Come on, kids, see clearly. Is there still hydrogen in here? Since there's hydrogen, that can still react, so for acid salt? No, it's not. It's still our normal salt because the hydrogen here isn't ionized anymore. It's directly bonded to phosphorus, cannot react with bases, cannot release electricity. It's a normal salt. Clearly not, so this one I see clearly the same. Put phosphorus here, it only has 2 oxygens if written as acid. Okay, satisfies 3 bases and has 3 hydrogens. Put 1 hydrogen here, and then put here, this satisfies 5 bases. There's only 1 strong bond, so it's a monoacid. And then after that, its corresponding salt has 2 hydrogens left. Two hydrogens make 4 salts. No, it can't continue to react with bases anymore, so it's our normal salt called disodium phosphate. Can you remember that? Students, can you remember this? These oxygen-containing acids, they really work like this. How many strong bonds equals how many acids come on students? Have you learned it? I emphasize again, in this fast food era, we need to calm down, read questions carefully. Your exam is less than 200 days away. How to improve efficiently? Students take good notes. Don't blindly do problems jumping from topic to topic, learning nothing better to master one type at a time. Honestly, the exam has just 25 basic types. I understand one type today, next week another type, in 3 months max. You can master all types. Can't you score well then? If you want to improve but can't click my profile, send your age and score.